Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, and I would like to welcome you to episode 29 of Unscripted. Already in the chat, we have Continuum Comics and D. Penzak. All right, been a long week. Been a bit of a long day, and I'm going to kind of explain pretty quickly what happened. Now, as those of you know, uh, I have a new job that I've been in for a few weeks now. And I was getting trained by this guy, decent guy, really good guy. I like him. And this week he didn't show up for work. It hasn't called in. So far as I know, everybody who tried to contact him has been unable to do so. Now, I am aware, A, I'm dealing with a grown man. B, I know his father's been ill. But when somebody just basically up and basically disappears like that, it does leave one to worry, And Hello to Big Al presents. So that's caused a little bit of upset. Not enough among certain people, if you ask me, but that's how it is. Anyway, I was working earlier today. I went straight from work into a show at Jedi Bill, Western Cinema Sunday, where we watched Posse from 1993. Simulcast on both channels. Please go back and watch those shows. And right after that show, I went and basically passed out for a little over an hour. So I'm playing a little bit of catch up right now, in more ways than one. But I'm here. I'm awake. I'm here to do the show. We started on time. Everything's going to be fine. Now, ever since I was a kid, I've been a big fan of movies, as you well know. Movies and television, but in particular film. And one of the movies that I grew up on was Robin Hood from 1939 with Errol Flynn. A movie that I happen to own a copy of on Blu-ray. I have it around here somewhere. I didn't have time to find it before the show, but it's definitely one that I would highly recommend. It's a lot of fun for what it is. And if you ever do a deep dive into the legend of Robin Hood, you will know that it does have some historical. There is like a historical Robin Hood. type of individual. So there is, while it is a fictional story, there is some truth to it. Now, was Robin Hood running around the forest, wearing the clothing that Errol Flynn wears in this movie? That kind of climate, not likely. It's not necessarily a perfect film, historically accuracy wise. No, um, it's an old school Hollywood movie, and it's something that you can sit down and watch. It's this guy who was a nobleman, who, stole from the rich, gave to the poor, and fought a tyrant. And his corrupt cronies. Those were the movies Hollywood used to make. Now, much has been said in recent weeks, both on other YouTube channels and here on mine, over the latest Snow White movie, which appears to be leaning more in the direction of Robin Hood than Snow White. Oh, haha, guard, turn, parry, dodge, spin, ha, thrust. Yeah, great cartoon. Now, much has been said about the new Snow White movie that I am now renaming Antifa Girl and the Seven Bandits. Because if you listen to the synopsis of this film, and if you listen to the way it has been described by the actors involved with the film and with the filmmakers, this sounds to me like they are making some Antifa version of Robin Hood and Hello to Aged Boomer. Now, why they have chosen to go into this direction with the story that is the cornerstone of the corporation. This is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs made Disney. It made Disney what it was. Walt Disney himself mortgaged his own home twice to get that movie made. Big Al says Snow Blight. Now, those in charge of the former Walt Disney Company that I now refer to as Iger Corps, they want to do everything possible to delete Walt Disney from their company's history. And taking Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the film that was the cornerstone of their corporation, a story that was a part of German folklore long before that. Because for whatever reason, they've decided it's too gross and icky and problematic for them. And maybe so, CK, maybe so. Now, obviously, I am not encouraging anyone to see this movie when it comes out. I'm not saying you can't. And I'm not saying not to like it if you do. Completely up to you. Understand. But if Hollywood makes a movie where they say, that it is not made for you because this reason or that reason, I'm just not going to bother. Now Disney has chosen this path. They got to walk it. Now, there was an article claiming that the movie had been canceled. Now, it turns out that was a parody website that first put that story out there. Now, what's going to happen with Antifa Girl and the Seven Bandits? I don't know. Is it going to be in theaters? Is it going to be... is it going to go straight to Disney minus? I don't know. And at this point, I don't think anybody outside of Agricor can claim to know for sure. But why they've chosen to take the Snow White story and turn it into some Antifa version of Robin Hood, I don't know. There are a lot of things in Hollywood that are based on this left-leaning political machine, for better or worse. Now, I bring Snow White and its similarities to Robin Hood up because we found out recently that there is an other iteration of Robin Hood, a television series out of Canada. That has also made some changes to the lore of Robin Hood, and that's what I want to talk about mostly tonight. Now, I found this article, again from Bounding into Comics. This is Global TV begins production on Robin Hood series to reimagine classic English folk hero as a black female Gen Zer. dated July 29th from Spencer Bacall. Now, needless to say, I am not trying to denigrate the actors involved with this show. I do not know this actress. She's not familiar to me. For her sake, I wish her good luck. All right. Why they didn't come up with an original character and then put her in that, I don't know. I don't know why they do it. I'm going to go into the article a little bit here. Confirming that not even the Sherwood Forest can offer protection from the current state of Western entertainment, Canadian television network Global has announced that production has begun on Robin Hood, Robin with a Y, a new small screen series which will reimagine the English archer of legend as a young black female Gen Zer. All right, yeah. Following its original development announcement in January 2022, the upcoming 8-episode miniseries officially entered production on June 20th in the Toronto and Hamilton areas. Created by Canadian music video director Director X, and featuring a story by Orphan Black story coordinator Chris Roberts, the 8-episode near-fi action drama is described by Global as a contemporary reimagining of Robin Hood. As per a synopsis of the series provided by the network, in this modern take on the Robin Hood legend, Robin is a fearless young woman who's not just another superhero with abilities normal people don't have. She is a Gen Zer driven by the injustices of today, who embraces the heroic, hopeful, and playful elements of the world's most recognizable folk hero. Continues. She learns to fight for what's right, to care for and lead her followers. And like all Robin Hood since the first ballad, Robin holds those in power to account by using their greed against them to help her community. All right. Let's go back down. Turning to the protagonist herself, Global explained Robin Hood follows Robin Locksley. And apparently I did, in the thumbnail, spell Locksley wrong, but I have seen it spelled both ways, so hey. A young woman whose masked hip-hop band, The Hood, is known for their inventive videos and anti-authoritarian message. She lives in Sherwood Towers, a cluster of rental high-rises in a working-class corner of New Nottingham, a nearby city where the cost of living has skyrocketed, leaving an ever-widening gap between the rich and everyone else, they added. The synopsis ultimately concludes with a hint towards the series' actual plot, teasing when Robin finds herself fighting for her home and her family against local property developer John Prince and the sheriff of New Nottingham. By the way, the sheriff is played by a woman and a ginger, no less. So, good luck there. Of course, she's evil. She has red hair. Robin and her band, the Hood, decide to fight back, righting the wrongs of the corrupt elite to give back to the people who were living under their regime. Okay, he is a property developer. What regime? Okay. He's not mayor. He's not president. He's just a businessman. Maybe take it down a notch. Okay. Alongside the series production announcement, Global also revealed Robin Hood's principal cast, beginning with the news that Jesse Romeo, Katie Browning from Pennyworth, was set to lead the series as the titular Robin. Okay, again, I did not see Pennyworth. I am not familiar with this actress. So I want to say right now, I have nothing against her. I haven't seen her on social media anywhere. I really couldn't tell you anything about her either way. Deep Pensex is the Crying Game Part 2, Estrogen Wrath. Yeah. Made for all three people that like the female Doctor Who. Yeah, probably. Let me scroll down and see if there's anything new here. Just going through the cast. Who's near as I can tell, mostly unknowns. Mostly from shows I personally haven't seen, so honestly, I can't help you there. But near as I can tell about this show, it's basically gender swaps and race swaps all around. It's now I have seen the teaser. It looks like it's CW fare. So this is something that wasn't going to interest me anyway. Now, once again, as I stated earlier in the show, whenever I am told this was not made for you, I'm simply going to say fine and move on. Now, if you want to take Robin Hood, and hello, Jesse. If you want to take Robin Hood and add your 2023 politics to it, all you're going to do is just date the show. I don't care who you cast. I don't care who's directing it. I don't care who you got to write it. If you are going to infuse a show with the politics of the time, you're just going to date the show. Nobody is going to watch this 90 years later. They're not. You want to watch Robin Hood? Watch the Errol Flynn movie. Watch the Disney Robin Hood. Watch the Showtime series from back in the day. Watch the Costner movie. Watch the Russell Crowe movie. Don't waste your time on this. Because you know what it's going to be. You know it's going to be a girl boss show. You know it's going to be an Antifa show. Some developer, and yes, CK, I did leave that out. If you live in a crappy neighborhood and some developer wants to renovate it and they offer you money to move, take the freaking money and run. No, I am going to frighten them away with my bow and arrow. Then come back when you're Oliver Queen. Or, of course, I don't know. They might make that character a woman next time. Who knows? Or a transgender Puerto Rican Jew with no arms, who shoots with their feet, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, no, I know what they're doing. It's very clear with this that global TV is joining Core and not wanting to make any money. I'm going to take that off screen. Now, Mr. H on his channel, when he discussed this show, he referred to it as cultural appropriation because they are taking, English folklore and they're bastardizing it into what this show appears to be. Now, you can say they're doing the same thing with Snow White because it was German originally. You have people, and yes, the show does look cheap, Boomer. You have and that's a blessing or a curse, because it could just look cheap because it's bad, but also if it was made cheaply, when this show tanks, maybe they won't lose so much money. I mean, he used to say, there's so much creative accounting, I'll say, going on in the film business that I'd like to see the IRS actually go into, and take a, back off of us for a little while, and maybe go after some of these corporations and their, what's quite frankly coming off looking like money laundering to me at this point. The costumes look very Spirit Halloween to me. Yeah, I agree. They do. Now, when you have a big budget Hollywood movie where they spend, let's say, $100 million on advertising, and then people come back to me with well, I didn't see an ad, I didn't see a trailer. Kind of makes one wonder where the money's going. But again, I digress. The main thrust of the show tonight is that I want you to go out and seek out that English folklore. Go back and read about the historical people who inspired the legend. Go watch the older movie. Go back and watch Robin Hood. Go back and watch Zorro. Zorro and Robin Hood kind of relate. We are dealing with people who want to kill the past. They've all but said it. Now, that's what I want you to fight against. These are people who want to destroy our past. They want to destroy our myths. Go out and protect that mythology. Go out and create your own. Support people who want to save our mythology. Support people who are independent creators. Tom Conkle right now has an Indiegogo page going for his Island in the Stars film. That's more of what we need to see. Let's not waste our time. Let's not waste our time on shows like Robin Hood, movies like Snow White. Let's not even bother. You know what? Vote with your wallet. Close your wallets. And go and support the Tom Conkles of the world. The Eric Julys, the Chris Ruperts, the Critical Drinkers who want to go out and make this independent content. When I saw the trailer for Island in the Stars with all the concept art and seeing what Tom Conkle wants to do with that show, with that movie, I mean, I said, who do I have to fuck, marry, or kill to be in this thing? I have not been so hyped over an upcoming film than I am for this. And that's why I'm going to support the film. I'm going to go over to Indiegogo and I'm going to support that film because I want to see it get made. I don't want to ignore the chat. CK says, I have some friends who design Transformers at Hasbro. Corporate forces them to make certain things nobody wants. So they make them cheap on purpose, then redirect funds to the ones collectors want. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all. I think Josh Gates did a wonderful piece on Robin Hood and King Arthur. Yeah, oh yeah, I don't. Yes, go back and watch Josh Gates, please. Okay, just endured this trash trailer. Masked rappers who rap about their crimes. Supremely campy cheese. Yeah. I could see a TV company doing something similar. You never know. Maybe, maybe we've got this all wrong, Island in the Stars looks awesome. It does. It does look awesome. It would be better if they made characters that take inspiration from legends. Yeah. Do not let our legends die. Do not let our mythology die. That's the main takeaway of tonight's show. Go back and look into the historical Robin Hood. Go back and look at the older films that I mentioned and that the chat has mentioned. Seek the stuff out, man. Not this political statement masquerading as a television show. That is all I ask. And I know it. You know what? I know. You don't even need me to tell you that. But that's what I would like you to do. All right. Now I have a bit of an extended what's on my shelf segment this week because I made a few purchases and I also forgot to bring up something that I wanted to bring up on last week's show. As I freely move about the cabin. Hold on. Hello? I'm Laurence Olivier for Ripple Wine. Take two. Hello? I'm Olivier Ripple for Lawrence Wine. Take three. Arguably? No. A little joke. All right. Now, the thing that I forgot to show everyone during this segment last week was, and I want to remind everybody that I'm somebody who was never really into Funko Pops or anything like that. And I know there are people who don't like them, and that's fine. I can understand. And I was somebody who always said I would never buy one. But as you can see behind me, I have some. And the week before last, actually, I bought another one. And it's the alien from They Live. I'm sorry I couldn't help it. So I have another Funko Pop, folks. And this is going up over there on the shelf. All right, now. Let me see. I find it funny how Japan can still make good Godzilla movies, especially how long Godzilla's been smashing Japan. Yeah, I mean, there's one coming up from Toho Studios called Godzilla -1. The teaser looks great. I'm looking forward to that. It's now on my most anticipated movies of the year list because I had to take a couple off because of the strikes. You mean I won't get my deleted scenes bobblehead soon? LOL, just kidding. Something to consider. you know, if I ever get to the point to where I have merch, who knows? Maybe I'll find somebody who can design a bobblehead for me. All right, now. I made some purchases on new release day this week. And I'm going to go ahead and unbox them live tonight on the show. So the first one is Babylon 5, The Road Home. There's the back. All right. As you can see, I have not watched any of these yet. And reviews will be upcoming. Pretty simple. There's the digital code. And there's the Blu-ray. And the 4K. So that's the first one tonight. Special features include a commentary from a creator, writer, executive producer, J. Michael Straczynski, actor Bruce Boxleitner, and supervising producer Rick Morales. And there's a making of featurette. So back in slipcover, Babylon 5, The Road Home. Review upcoming. All right. Now here is the next one. And this was a movie that came recommended to me by several people here on YouTube that I trust. And that's Plane with Gerard Butler and Mike Coulter. All right. There's the back. As you see, there are 4 behind-the-scenes documentaries and a trailer. Again, the digital copy. And again, the Blu-ray and 4K. Jesse said, I haven't seen this movie yet. I haven't seen any of them yet either, so. Plane. Comes highly recommended. Again, review upcoming. And another one that came recommended to me, an older film, and that is the collector's edition of Nightbreed, the Clive Barker film. As you can see, a number of special features, the theatrical cut, and also the director's cut, including commentaries by Clive Barker. There's a 72-minute making of documentary, a number of behind-the-scenes featurettes, deleted scenes, makeup tests, production stills. It's pretty comprehensive. There's the Blu-ray. Oh, hate it when that happens. Ah, there it is. Worried me there for a second. Okay, this is a... Got to be careful. These things do fall out on occasion. This is a 4-disc set, by the way. There's the 4K. Sorry. That's the 4K. Those are the theatrical cut and director's cut Blu-rays. And there's the special features disc. So this is, as I said, a 4-disc set. And I have a confession to make. I have not seen this movie straight through. And I haven't read the book it's based on either, Cabal. So that's definitely something I need to do. But here we go. Nightbreed, 4-disc set. And for my on the shelf, for my for the book version of what's on my shelf, inspired by the booktuber Criminali, who takes a book off of his shelf at the end of all of his videos and talks about them, I'm going to once again, as I did last week, discuss a comic. Now, I saw this at my local comic book store, Soundwave Comics. And this is a comic called World Tree. Now, I wasn't familiar with it. But it looked interesting. So I got the first 4 issues. And the 5th one is, I think, already out as of this week. I just couldn't purchase it at the time. So I'm going to try and snag issue 5 this week. I'm going to the store on Tuesday. Now, because of my work schedule, I have to go. As the new comics day is Wednesday, but I have to work Wednesday, so I have to go either like today on a Sunday, which isn't normally good for me because this is when I'm broadcasting, and also because I have to work. So I have to go the following Tuesday and hope everything I'm looking for is still there. But I definitely this looked interesting to me. I'm not familiar with the what the story is going to be, so that's issue 1. I know there's a glare. Second issue, third issue, and all right, maybe this will cut down on the glare a bit. Let me do that again. No, hold on. I'm getting them mixed up. Stop it, you fool. Issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, and number 4. So World Tree. I'm going to read the first 4 issues. And if it's any good, I'll get the 5th, and I'll keep going with the series. All right. Geeky Geezers is going to be starting here in a few minutes. Does anyone have any questions for me before I wrap up the show? I want to remind everybody of Geeky Geezers. It's going to be over on Aged Boomer's channel. Boomer was in the chat with us earlier. It's a week in review show. He hosts it with Troy Pacelli. Interesting show. They are going to be talking about Jimmy Buffett and his career. May he rest in peace. And also the events of the week. And then come back here for the other side of midnight. I'm waiting to hear back from a couple of guests, so potential guests. So I'm going to be sending out the link here shortly. So look forward to that. And I want to remind everybody to, and let me see if I can bring this up real quick. Bear with me. Just give me a moment. And I'm sure he won't mind me showing this. This is the crowdfunding video for Island in the Stars, Tom Kunkel's movie. I want everybody to go and check out the video, and then do whatever you can to give to help out with the making of the film. Support physical media, support independent creators. That's what we do here on this channel. So Island in the Stars, if you're not familiar with this film, please indeed check it out. All right. I don't see any questions in the chat. I want to go ahead and thank everybody who watched the show tonight. Those who are lurking in the background, those who watched the replay, hit the like, share the stream, say hello in the comments. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the bell icon for notifications. Watch a video so that YouTube knows you are not a bot. I want to thank CK, D. Penzak, Big Al Presents, Aged Boomer, and Jesse Guillardo for hanging out in the chat tonight. Remember, kids, you only pay once for physical media. That's true. All right. Good show tonight, deleted scenes. Thank you. I do appreciate it. You are all why I do this. You are why I do this and why I continue and why there's going to be an episode 30 next week. So from HQ, good night. Take care. Stay strong. Remember your mythology. Support movies like Island in the Stars. Because this is how we win.